Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I am back. I'm going to be talking about the Spirit Halloween animatronics. What I think they are, well, my opinions on them. Here you go. So the first one is 7.9 foot stilts animatronic. And it says, juggling can be cutthroat competition and stilts will do anything to be the best in the business, even if it meant knocking out the competition permanently. He was sure his 10-pin juggling act would impress the judges, but when he lost to a chainsaw-losing lumberjack, he couldn't handle it. So Stilts used his 10 pins and took out the competition permanently. Now he stalks the streets begging to impress unexpected onlookers with his act, but they better chill out enough, otherwise it's the last show they will ever see. He's pretty cool. I like it, it's pretty cool. Next is the Slam animatronic. I really don't care too much for this one. And next up is Poor Georgie. This one had me very interested. I love this one. This one sounds pretty cool. George was a good clown. He made kids laugh, the parents smile, and kept the circus happy. Then a strange thing happened on Halloween. George was performing for tips in the street while the circus was on winter break, when an out-of-control cable car career-ended around the corner and sliced him in half. Amazingly, George's body survived the accident, but his mind became tormented. Instead of jokes and gags, he now stares down, possibly laughing maniacally. But they better not stay too long, because poor George will ensure they don't get very far. This animatronic is made by Crazy Create. I hope they do this animatronic very cool. Very good. He's, I believe, $169 or $179, one of those. This animatronic sounds so very cool. There's another one that I really love that interests me. That's kind of cool. I'll talk about it later. Next up is Leatherface. Got nothing to say. Next up is Hellspawn. 4.9 foot Hellspawn. Even the devil needs a hand after a life of sin, lies, and deceit. A world of endless pain and suffering was the inevitable outcome for his life. Ever the scammer and con artist, he managed to strike a deal with the devil, now reborn as the powerful demon Hellspawn. He sits at the right hand of Satan himself. Every night, Hellspawn emerges from the inferno to cheat, convey, and convince new souls to do the devil's bidding. Resist his temptations, will suffer greatly as he drags you to hell. This one sounds very cool. I want to see what this dude does. He sounds like a very cool animatronic. I like this year's lineup. It sounds pretty cool. Next up is 6.6 foot Heckles. This one is like a comedian animatronic. And it's about balloons that he has gas or something in there. That sounds very cool. It really does. Next up is 3 foot Grave Watcher. This one is a returning animatronic. Don't have nothing to say. She came out in 2013, and it's kind of cool that they're bringing her back because she fits it. But this time, she's not made by Pan Asian Creations. No, instead, she's made by YJ Toys and Craft, which I can't wait to see what they have planned for her, because YJ is the best company ever. But yeah. Next is Internal Rest. This one's kind of cool. I don't know if it's gonna be a statue, but I like this one's story. It's kind of cool. Everyone said their love was doomed. Her parents bailed her from seeing him. Her brothers locked her in her room night after night, and her sisters tried everything, including hiding her away at the local nunnery. But nothing kept her from his arms, not even death. When her love turned up dead, mysteriously murdered one cold October night, she vowed never to leave his side. Now she weeps for eternity, turned to stone, by his hardened grip, his final revenge from beyond this world. This one sounds very cool, and it's made by Sound Lights. I don't know, Sound Lights, I believe. Next up is Desmodus. This one is a bat or a vampire. Sounds very cool. Next up is Deathstalker. This one's pretty cool. It's not a werewolf. It's possibly a creature, and he's online only, which kind of sucks. Next up is Darling Dolly. This one is cool. It has a very cool story to it. I like the story. And it's made by Techie Toys. She looks very, well, again, I haven't seen none of these. From what the tombstone looks like, she looks kind of cool. And I like the story. It's very dark and sinister. And she's 7 foot. Interesting spirit. Very interesting. Next up is one of my favorite ones. 4.9 foot Dagger Mike. Some kids was just born nasty. Dagger Mike never was a normal kid. He liked rats, bugs, knives, creepy clowns, and scaring the heck out of everyone in the neighborhood. Then when he turned 9, he started to get creative, implying elaborate traps to trick the local kids and send them running home. However, the locals caught on quickly and tried to put an end to Mike's games. So instead, he opted for something simpler, a cute clown outfit and 2 little daggers. Now, there are normal tricks, so when you see Mike, you better steer clear or be ready for your final surprise. This one sounds very cool. I can't wait to see what this animatronic looks like. He's made by Crazy Create. Him and Paul George are my favorite so far because of the story, but I would have to see them and what they look like. Next up is Creepy Rising Doll. She's returning. Nothing special. She's online only, unfortunately. But yeah, she returned this year. Next up is the Cauldroness. This one is a witch animatronic. I believe she was gonna be made by Techie, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But I could be wrong. This one is like expensive. I believe she's like around 270, 280, around there. For 3.9 foot, she better do something very unique. I wanna see some animatronics that do unique stuff. A lot of short ones this year, kind of. But I'm intrigued. This year, it sounds like Spirit Halloween really stepped up their game for the 40th anniversary. It feels like they're going a lot more creepy and gory animatronics. Next up is the Black Heart. This one is about, like, I'm assuming she rips the heart out of people or whatever, or something. This one's very cool. 6.6 foot, the Black Heart. She's made by Crazy Create. Possibly gonna break, but yeah. And I believe that's all. That's all. And credit to the Psychotic Circus of Savannah for doing this whole thing with the animatronics. Go subscribe to him. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.